Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to talk to you guys about how narcissists will celebrate behind your back. So narcissists will celebrate behind your back. Sometimes you guys, it's very hard to understand that you're with a user, someone that uses people, someone that makes everything about themselves. But sometimes we don't realize how sinister narcissists are. We understand that the narcissist messes holidays up, they mess birthdays up. Anytime that they want to be praised for their birthdays, or if they want gifts, they'll be on their best behavior because they want a gift, or they'll, buy you something to celebrate you on your birthday, but they'll mess up your birthday. They'll mess up your party. They'll mess up your event. They'll mess up your special day, or they'll act like they forgot, or they'll act like, it's like a hassle for them to get ready, or, anything to slow you down, anything to make you feel like you're not special. Even when it comes to gifts, the narcissist will know that you want something. You've gave them hints on what you want, right? Everything that the narcissist does is to imprint bad memories so that you can look back and almost tell yourself it wasn't real. What the narcissist will do is that they'll give you the opposite of what you hinted to them that you wanted, or you might not even hint what you want. You might just tell them straight up like what you want. They might tell you, hey, where would you want to go out to eat this year? And you can tell them where you want to go eat, and they'll suggest something completely different because the narcissist still wants that control, meaning that they'll take you somewhere nice, they'll take you somewhere where it's an equal to what you want. But in their minds, they're thinking to themselves, I've already been there before, or I was just there with another supply, or, what I'm saying. So they're looking at it like, do I want to go there? What would I want? I know it's your birthday, but I've been there already, or I was just there, or, I want to try this new place out. I actually want to try this new place out. And you might tell them, okay, well, I haven't been to this place yet. I want to go here. And the narcissist will, make it seem like, hey, this is the option I'm giving you. If you don't want this option, that's just, too bad. Either that or we'll just cook something here. So during the love bombing, they're doing everything perfect. Sometimes they're love bombing you, and by the time your birthday hits, they're trying to show you their true colors, It will get to a point where you might even tell yourself, I'm not going to say anything to the narcissist because last time, I told them that I didn't want to go where they wanted me to go, or they bought me something they know I didn't like. This time I'm just not going to say anything. So you'll find yourself that in times where you want to celebrate yourself or have memories for yourself, you're thinking about the narcissist before you just create those memories, or you're thinking about creating memories and all you can think about is how they're going to mess it up. That means you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissist, and, you'll deny yourself and you'll see that the narcissist won't even bring it up. They're like, great. They're almost happy if you're not bringing up your special day because they can act like they forgot, and then they could act like it's not a big deal. The day already passed. The narcissist is basically celebrating, and, they're celebrating behind your back, and they're getting good luck, and they're getting energy feel from you. And here you are getting sick, having miscarriages, accidents, freak accidents, your finances are going down. They're bringing you down to hell while they're celebrating. That's what makes it so sick, because they don't want you to know that you're fueling them. So the narcissist will find ways to not make you feel special, but when it comes to them, They want you to go out your way. They want you to go beyond. They're telling you straight up what it is that they want. They're trying to get you in situations where you're giving more than what they're giving out, because the narcissist wants to feel in control. They want to feel like they're using you. And this is why you'll find yourself confused if you're dealing with a narcissist, because you'll even tell yourself, I'm with the narcissist every holiday. I'm with the narcissist every birthday, even though they're messing it up. You'll tell yourself these things, right? You'll tell yourself, like, I'm with them all the time. But you don't know that the narcissist is celebrating behind your back, meaning that this person can celebrate their birthday a week before, a week after. This person will celebrate behind your back. This person will steal from you. This person will, if you're related to these people, if you have a narcissistic family or narcissistic friends, they will celebrate behind your back. They won't tell you about certain events, certain parties, certain gatherings, graduations. They won't even invite you. And then you'll hear that they're planning something and they've invited people who are strangers or people that are their enemies or people that don't even like them. And you're like, what did I do to this person? You're an empath. That's what. You're an empath. And the narcissist always wants to feel like they have one up on you. So that's another thing that most people don't understand. So the narcissist is going to gaslight you by messing up events, denying that they're messing up events, denying your happiness, telling you that they don't celebrate certain things. They don't celebrate birthdays. They'll tell you a lot of these things. They'll tell you, oh, it's against my religion. I don't believe in that. So these people will tell you, they'll make you lose your own religion. They'll make you not celebrate anything. You won't even celebrate yourself by the time they're done with you. And that's what makes a narcissist so sinister. That's how you know you're dealing with a narcissist, because, you can sit there and say, okay, I think I was just with a bipolar person or an abusive person. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but I was with them all the time. There couldn't have been someone else, or they couldn't have been doing things behind my back. Or you're thinking you're dealing with someone that might not even be, outgoing. You might think this person's more of a introvert. You might think they're an introvert, and after the relationship ends, they will throw it in your face. These people will throw it in your face that they were doing things behind your back. And a lot of times they hint little things. They'll tell you, they'll hint little things, or they'll post something and you're wondering, when did you go there? But when were you there? Or why did you pass by my house? Or, or why didn't you say anything to me? I was right down the street. There's going to be things that are not adding up. There's going to be, events where the narcissist told you they were with their family, with their children, or, they had to work, or there was times where the narcissist might have just discarded you for a couple of weeks or a month, and the whole time they were on vacation. The whole time they were celebrating behind your back. The whole time you're telling them, you disappeared on your birthday, or you disappeared, or, or they'll call you, they'll FaceTime you all day, all night. They'll FaceTime you and you're thinking you're in love, right? You're FaceTiming and everything. And the whole time, the narcissist is not even home. Or the narcissist is FaceTiming you in their car, telling you they're at the grocery store and they're living in someone's house, or they're getting away. They're finding, prey in other cities, in other towns, in other states even. Sometimes the narcissist goes to other states. That's how much they don't want to get caught. Most of the time, they try to go from city to a couple cities away type of thing, an hour drive, 2 hour drive, 3 hour drive. They'll go to that limit, and you'll think, oh, I have a long distance relationship. And you don't even realize that this person's married or has a relationship with someone else, because you think you're in a long distance relationship, and you think, oh, I know long distance relationships aren't meant to work, but this narcissist, you don't think they're a narcissist at the time, maybe, but they just have too much time for you, it seems like, but then when you want them to show up to certain things, or you're wondering how come, their birthday came up, maybe, we're too early in you might think we're too early in the relationship. Maybe his family wanted to take him out. Maybe her family wanted to take her out. We're early in the relationship. Maybe, I asked them if they wanted to go out, but they said the next day. They said we can celebrate the next day because their family, made them a dinner party. And you're like, well, maybe it's too early to invite me to the dinner party. It's been feeling like a fairy tale, like I found my soulmate, but I'm not invited to the birthday party, I guess. And then later on, a year, 2 years later, during a discard, you're realizing, or you're finding a picture from back in the day when you met them, and you see that, their ex was with them, or someone connected to their ex, or, and you're wondering why were these people here? And that's because, you most likely are the person the narcissist, was running around with behind the primary source's back. And you believed you were the primary source, but you weren't. And when you become the primary source, the cycle repeats, and now they do it to someone else. Now, Valentine's Day, is coming up, and they're either celebrating you the day before or the day after, or, you in the morning, them in the afternoon. Fights breaking loose because of the narcissist's inability to celebrate you. And what makes it so sick about what narcissists celebrate behind your back is that the whole time you're being celebrated, or you have a promotion, or good things are happening in your life, they're trying to make sure that you're never happy. That's what makes a narcissist so sinister. It's like they're celebrating behind your back. They're celebrating behind your back, or they're trying to force you to celebrate them and go out of your way for them. And there's events where you might not know. It might not, you might not even think that they're capable of doing something, because the narcissist invited you over, and when you show up at their house, they're wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, and you're thinking to yourself, they must be, just hanging out, or they're inviting you late at night when their primary source has left, or their primary source has to work, and you don't know what's going on. The narcissist invites you over after they had a wild night with their narcissistic friends, and that new supply they're trying to get with, they're planning on triangulating you before you even know it, before you have, even secured the relationship with them. They're having a wild night. There's that new source of supply they're planning on getting with. They know they can't have sex with that person. You're technically still in the honeymoon stage. And they're plotting on you already. They're celebrating, and then they're calling you to come over. And you're thinking, I'm waking up with this person, we're getting breakfast, and you're living in a fantasy world, and here the narcissist is celebrating other people. You're going through things in life, and the narcissist does not celebrate you. Then when you notice that you're not being praised, you want your partner to praise you just as much as you're praising them. When you realize you're not being praised at all, and things start going left, and you start getting bad karma because you're sleeping with the enemy. You're sleeping with someone with bad energy, someone who's lying to you, someone who's a liar, who's deceiving you. Not only are they deceiving you, but on top of that, they're abusing you. Now you can't even focus on the good things in your life, and it feels like you're in hell now. How the hell did you get to hell? How did that happen? All because this person was, dancing with other demons. They were drinking champagne and burning up in fire and flames, laughing like nothing with their little horns and their tails. And you're wondering, how did you get here, while this person has been celebrating the whole time behind your back? They've even celebrated the discard. And then when they tell you about the discard, they start celebrating the discard. They're telling you, I'm not going to be sad. I don't care about your tears. I don't care what I did to you. I don't care if you think I have a new supply. I don't care what you say. You're miserable. Look at me. I'm happy. I'm throwing a party. I'm throwing a discard party. You're crying. I'm happy. I'm going to sleep really good tonight. This is how you know you're dealing with a narcissist. So anytime you find out that these people are celebrating or doing certain things behind your back, they didn't even tell you they were going somewhere. And you might think to yourself at first, right? You might think to yourself, well, let me not interrogate this person. The narcissist will make you feel like you're interrogating them, so you'll back up like, I'm sorry, let me give you your space. You're right. You have your life. I have my life. At the end of the day, I can't, you don't want to be possessive. You don't want to be controlling. That's not who you want to be, because you're an empath. You're choosing to love this person freely. You love them so much, you're willing to trust them. But then there's that thought in your mind, like, should I trust them? Are they worthy of trust? Because why would they lie and act like they weren't doing nothing, but they were really celebrating? And then when I bring it up to their attention, they're telling me that they weren't even having fun, that they weren't even doing anything. It was the people around them celebrating. It was the people around them having fun. They didn't even know that was going to happen. They weren't even planning on going out. It's all in your head. You're crazy. You're controlling. They're gaslighting you. And you might think to yourself, maybe I am controlling. Maybe I am overthinking things, right? The narcissist knows what they're doing. They know that that's what you're going to think. And they know if they stick to their script, eventually you're just going to let it go, because you're going to be so confused, and they're going to act like they're angry. And that's going to throw you off, because you're like, my partner is really upset right now. I don't want them to be upset. I love them. I don't want them to be mad. I'm just going to pretend like it never happened. But in reality, God wanted you to know that they were doing things behind your back. And if they were doing things behind your back, they were saying things behind your back as well about you to other people. So if you find yourself asking yourself why this happened to you, consider yourself blessed that you're out of that toxic relationship, or you're away from toxic family and friends that don't invite you to places, or don't tell you when they're hosting an event, because there's someone in that group that secretly hates you. And if they're choosing to celebrate with that person, then everything that they're doing in front of you when they're picking and choosing when they want to be around you is fake. It's just to keep making themselves look like good people to whoever they want to make themselves look like good people to. And only you know that. But you will know the narcissist's true colors and their intentions when they're celebrating behind your back. People celebrate with people they want to build with, grow with, people they care about, they love. And you will always feel second dealing with a narcissistic person because the narcissist will always put themselves first. And if putting themselves means celebrating with one person one week, celebrating with a different person another week, then that's what they're going to do. And when you start to realize those patterns, they're going to be very upset. They're going to play the victim. They're going to point the blame at you. They might even admit to some of the things they've done, behind your back, just to see you cry, just to see you plead. And they're like, well, what are you going to do about it? What now? Are you going to leave me? I already told you. So now, when a narcissist gets interrogated about their actions, when you finally are like, you know what, there's no more gaslighting me, they might even tell you. They're not going to tell you the whole truth, but they're going to give you, bits and pieces, and they're going to tell you to decide. And if you choose to stay around, the narcissist feels like, hey, guess what? When you're at your boiling point and you realize I've been using you and celebrating behind your back, don't come back over here starting nothing with me. Just take the loss and keep it moving. Because I even admitted it to you at some point. And that's the type of person you're dealing with. So they'll deny it when you're kind of trying to put the pieces together. They'll deny it, But when they can't deny it anymore, you're going to really be sick to your stomach because you're going to realize that they looked at you straight in your eyes and made you feel crazy. They even had you apologizing to them. You're apologizing to them. And the narcissist sees nothing wrong with that. It almost feels to them like it didn't even happen. Like, I don't remember when that happened. That's how much I don't care. I don't care what I said. I don't care what I did. That's what I do. I just sell dreams. I just tell stuff to people. And in the moment, I probably did feel strongly about it. I even believed it. But it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't make it true. It's not true anymore for me. My feelings have changed. I don't feel the way I was feeling at that moment. At that moment, I felt like lying to you because I had a lot more to lose. Now I don't have to lie anymore. I can tell you what I did to you. I can tell you some of what I did to you. And that's what makes it so sinister, because they've done all this behind your back. They've celebrated behind your back. Now they're looking at you during that discard and they're telling you bits and pieces of what they were doing. And they know that you still don't know the extensity of what they did. So when you finally do realize the extensity of their lies, they won't come back. And if they do come back, it's only to hurt you more, because they feel like you're going to hurt them or you're going to find out something more. Because, that's how it goes. You found out that they were celebrating behind your back and they convinced you to make it seem, they convinced you that you were just, you were over analyzing stuff. They convinced you, to blame yourself. So, the narcissist does not feel bad about lying. They don't feel shame. They don't feel guilt. These people completely lack empathy that they've been celebrating while bringing you down during times where you want it to be celebrated, And, even afterwards, and you're thinking to yourself, this person doesn't feel bad of making my life kind of like spiral out of control. It was that serious to be with another supply and to impress people and to make themselves look like players and, and they didn't even get, anything really out of the relationship. Like, what was the purpose? All they did was create more problems for me and themselves, The narcissist doesn't care. They're living in the moment. They only care about being celebrated, squatting with people, taking more than what they're giving only to receive. It's always an exchange with them. And if you don't know that it's an exchange, they will exploit you. And that's what a narcissist is, and that's what a narcissist does. And they will never change. So these narcissists will literally take pictures of themselves and, traveling or doing things. And every time they take a picture, they're with a different supply. You're like, when did you take this picture? Oh, I went with my brother hiking. But they didn't even tell you they went hiking with their brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so narcissists will celebrate, will do things behind your back. And, when you finally realize it, they'll make it seem like you're just possessive, controlling, or like, oh, I can't visit my family, I can't visit my parents type of thing, And then they'll make it a routine. I'm visiting my parents every weekend. And really, they're visiting the new supply every weekend. And they're married. And you're like, but they're with me all weekend. How could they have been married? Eventually, people know what type of stuff they do. And you'll sit there and say, oh, his wife knew he was sleeping around with different people. It's not that people want to be played. It's that sometimes people feel like they don't have an option. The narcissist makes people feel like they don't have an option. And then, people are so quick to blame, those people because they're like, they can't believe that someone has been protecting this person while they've been terrorizing everyone else. So pay attention to narcissists celebrating behind your back. Pay attention to them also being jealous of other people when they're celebrating, not just you. When they're talking to you about their friends and talking to you about their friends' accomplishments, or their friends have dreams or goals, and they're like, oh, that's not going to work out for them. That's not going to work out for them. They're always doing something. Stick to one thing. They're always quick to just kind of like, dismiss people's dreams because they feel like you're not really going to do it. You're just talking about it. Everyone just talks about it. The narcissist talks about it too. But the empath gives the narcissist too much power. And, the narcissist goes from being one of those people that also just talk about it. But then you guys give them so much power that now they really believe they can do it. And this is why they leave with a newer supply. And then that person that they end up with is someone that obviously shouldn't be with this person. But they won't find that out until you let them go. So, be ready to celebrate yourself by, throwing yourself a party, by putting the narcissist to rest, putting all of those times that they messed up for you, all those times they abused you, they used you, manipulated you, talked bad about you. The universe will make you so uncomfortable that you will really think twice about getting back with that type of person, because you know that if you give this person energy, you're taking from yourself. You're taking from yourself to give to someone who is not willing to praise you and celebrate you the same. They just want your energy. So, I hope that this message can help you. Once you start seeing that people are lying to you, they're celebrating behind your back, they're jealous of you, they're jealous of other people, they act like they care about those people, but you've heard them say some really nasty things, and then they're trying to make you speak ill of people around you so that they can contact those people behind your back. So they want to celebrate with people closest to you. They want to take your friends. They want to take your family. You'll catch them in your relative's house celebrating. You're like, I wasn't even celebrated. I wasn't even invited to the celebration. But the narcissist is there, smiling, with their champagne cup, with a big cigar, like they played you. So just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not happening. And when it is happening, they will try to gaslight you and make you think that you're crazy. And you'll think to yourself, maybe I'm over exaggerating. Nope, that was a sign. That was a sign from the universe. And you will realize that later on. You'll say to yourself, I remember the red flag a long time ago. So don't overlook those things at all. Don't overlook when things happen, because, the universe is trying to bring those things to your attention, to the light. And you'll sit there and ignore it, But after a while, you'll start to think to yourself, why does it seem like every time good things are happening for me, all of a sudden the narcissist tells me they're busy and they have to work? Or they just have this look of hate, like they feel like my party is really their party. Or it just seems like, it seems like if it's something that, is meant for me, they want credit for it, They're exploiting my own party for themselves, almost. So, I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace in your healing. If you guys are new to my channel and you guys enjoyed this topic, do not forget to subscribe. And if you guys want to book a session with me, my information is on the description. Just give me 24 hours, you guys. As always, I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace in your healing journey. And I will talk to you guys on the next podcast. Bye.